You know what they say, he's one bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
Let me get mine.
Damn, you back here having a knife fight?
Oh, hell no, I shot him. Can you dig it?
Hello there everybody, it's me, the Canadian movie buff, with a review of the 2019 version of Shaft. This incarnation of Shaft follows JJ, or Jr., played by Jessie Usher, who asks his dad, John Shaft, played by Samuel Jackson, to help him uncover the truth behind his friend's mysterious death. A Samuel Jackson type character bossing around a wimpier next generation amongst the mean streets with a swanky bass line. What could possibly go wrong? A lot. Not that this movie is terrible, there just could have been some better creative choices. Now, Samuel Jackson in this movie plays essentially an exaggerated version of himself, or what many of us would imagine to be an exaggerated version of himself. Dropping the word mofo around a lot, not taking crap from anybody, punchy snappy dialogue, and an overall personality and reputation that really makes you sit up and pay attention. And like I said, we do get some very quippy snappy dialogue between Samuel Jackson and Jessie Usher, and it makes for an interesting dynamic within these two generations of Shaft. And though a lot of the humor is found in that, there is also a little bit of heart in there too. JJ has been led to believe that John abandoned him when he was a baby, but the truth was he had sent JJ and his mother away from him so that they could be safe. A drug kingpin had sent out a hit on John Shaft, and it's likely that John's wife and kid would have been caught in the crossfire. And JJ comes to realize that maybe his dad wasn't such a jerk after all. It takes the movie quite a bit to get there, even though we already know that John Shaft didn't abandon his family. But for what it's worth, it proves that Jessie Usher and Samuel Jackson had some really good chemistry together. But at the heart of the story is a crime caper. His friend is a recovering addict who is also a war veteran, but based on the amount that it was found in his system, he would have been dead before he even finished hitting up. Yet he was found with an empty syringe next to him. From there comes the mystery of who killed him, why did they kill him? And for the first solid hour, it does a pretty good job being a crime caper. After all, Shaft is a private detective and this is what he does. But it surely but slowly loses its grip. They get the wrong guy, and they're like, okay, it's bound to be one of these other people they accused earlier in the movie. And, well, it did. But at that point, you're kind of indifferent to it. You don't really care anymore. And the comedy doesn't really help matters. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does have its moments. It does take subtle jabs at, like, the PC millennial, and I like taking jabs at the PC crowd as much as the other guy, but it felt kind of weak. Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr do better jokes on them in 10 minutes than this movie does in its entire runtime. But when the humor does work, it works well. But then it also had the problem of it feeling a bit rushed. It was like setup, punchline, setup, punchline. Wait, setup, punchline, setup, punchline. Slow down for a moment, alright? This movie seemed to be going at a rapid pace. I mean, from the reveal moment where these were the bad guys to the ending gun scene and then to the end credits, I think it took about all of 10-15 minutes. And this includes the reveal of who the bad guy was, sneaking into the bad guy's lair, a massive gunfight, confronting the villain, taking down the villain, then having all the wrap-up stuff, all happening within, like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Shaft 2019 feels like a concept movie for a potential TV series, but it's unlikely they'll get the green light anytime soon. It's not a terrible movie, it's just very, I guess, mediocre. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of passion put into it. Like, the production company sat on this script for the longest time and then they booted it into production because, well, Richard Roundtree isn't getting any younger. I'd say give this one a watch if it's on Netflix. And if you're outside North America, Netflix is probably the only way you're going to watch this, so yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, check it out. Alright, that's my review of Shaft 2019. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts and answers in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you're new here. And as always, this is the Canadian Movie Buff saying, I hope you had a fantastic weekend at the movies. See ya!